Good afternoon, or good morning, good evening. This is Lindy. I live in a van. I'm going to be 77 this year. This is my third year in the van, my fourth summer. This is one of the subjects I speak about all the time. Staying cool in the summer. You live in a tin can. Let's just be honest. A vehicle is made of metal. It's a tin can. Insulation can only do so much. Once it gets hot in there, it's an oven. You know, I've had it, as I showed and did a video a year or two ago and showed the thermometer, and I keep a thermometer in my back because I want to know the temperature. You can damage everything back there, mainly your solar. And solar has temperatures where it can not be charged below a certain temperature or above a certain temperature. So you're always watching to see how hot it gets there. You must have a thermometer. The other thing, I'm going to talk about several things. And yes, I put on lipstick. I look so pale. This is a little scarf. You can add ice to it and you put it around your neck and you tie it. You just soak it in water, ice water, put it around your neck, tie it. It helps to keep you cool. A friend of mine sent this to me last year because I was pretty miserable last year. I think I might have had heat stroke, but who knows? Anyway, the other thing is, I know you guys, it's crazy. I put ice in my bra and in my underwear. I do. Helps me stay cool, particularly the bra one. And then you got the neck piece. And I keep a spray bottle for Marley, and I spray her every 15-20 minutes, her fur, to keep her cool, much cooler. I have a clip-on fan that I leave in the front. I clip it on. I use the USB from the battery, plug in here, and I run that on Marley and I if we're just sitting. And I have this ice, and she keeps her fur sprayed. We stay pretty not always, but 99% of the time, we're pretty comfortable with the windows down and a breeze coming. So, my first year, I had to find something else. And I found Artic Air. Now, a lot of people said, when they did reviews, said it didn't work for them. Well, they lived in houses. I live in 48 square feet. And an Artic Air works wonderful for me. The smaller ones, they started out with smaller ones and then they got these clip-ons. You can put ice and water in each one of them. Some of the small ones were USB, but most, I remember having USB. I've gone through so many. They only last about a year, one summer, but they're worth every penny. Or electric. They use very small wattage, so if you get the electric ones, the bigger one that I bought last year, which is, I'll show you, you get a picture of it. That one was $80 last year, and it was electric, and it uses 52 watts per hour. You can run it all night, but you do need to keep ice and water in it. If it runs out of water, it doesn't hurt anything, but it doesn't cool anything either. So I crush up ice and put it in there, ice water. It really works for someone living in a vehicle, any kind of vehicle, whether it be a car or a minivan. If you have no room, these are very tiny, very small. Yeah, I should give you measurements, shouldn't I? I'll put the measurements on the picture. They work. From 107, I plugged mine in today, and I was 107 in the back, which is pretty standard in a 90-degree day if you're sitting in the sun. And I have to sit the back end in the sun to get the solar, to feed the solar, so that I can run the machines. Vicious cycle. Anyway. So you always put the ice in it. That's the expense of it, is having the ice. Now I have a freezer, so I can put water in bags and I can freeze them. And then I use a hammer and I crush the ice. So that does save me some money, but you go through a lot. If you're putting them on your body, in your bra, I don't know about you men where you put them. You don't have a benefit there. Anyway, so, and you can hammer it and crush it, and it's not as expensive. But when I didn't have a freezer, I might some days buy 2 bags, and I would spend maybe $4 a day on ice. And then it's another story, but the gas station people started just giving me a bag of ice every time I came in, because I bought on I built a relationship with one of the gas stations and all of the people that work there. And no, they didn't take it from the company. The company allowed them 1 free bag of ice every day, and they would give that free bag to me. That's how kind they were. But I digress. This is a small unit. It will work in a car, in a minivan, and I have the big van. Not tall. You put it on yourself. You can keep your person cool with all the suggestions that I've made, and it's really important. As I said, it got up to 140 degrees in my van. It was all closed up. I went into my son's house. I didn't go out for a couple hours, and at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I realized it was 128, and I think at 3 o'clock somewhere, there's a video there, it was like 140 degrees. I showed you the thermometers. I brought the windows down, I put fans on, I unhooked all the solar, period. I was so afraid the solar was going to explode, it was going to damage, and it did damage the solar. Long story short, Artic Airs work, they're reasonably priced, you just need ice, and they work. If you have nothing else, they work. You do need some solar. They use 52 watts an hour. If you want to get through the night, 52 watts an hour, I would say a minimum of 600 watt solar would keep you, and you don't need to run it all night long, but I like the fan part. You can use just the fan part as well without the water and the ice. The clip-ons, you add ice to. All of them you add ice to, it does bring the temperatures down. As I said, in 5 minutes, once I turned it on, it came down from 107 to 102. These are what I call mini air conditioners. They don't work that great in a house, but in a tiny vehicle, they do. So I hope you do look at them. I have a picture, and I have a picture in the front. I thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, all of that. See you next time. Cam.